Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. Nonprofits are there to help the community, but sometimes they need some help too, and that's where this organization comes in. Let me introduce you to Candance Jusino and Rachael Romond, who are program managers of Public Allies. Thank you so much for coming in. Describe, what is Public Allies?
Well, thank you for having us. So Public Allies is an AmeriCorps program of the University of Delaware, Center for Community Research and Service. And what we do is we support nonprofits in something called capacity building. And all that means is if there's a gap in service, if there's a program they want to revamp, an ally will go in, assess the situation, make a plan to make it better, and also something that will be sustainable after their term of service of 10 months.
So these organizations reach out to you and say we're in trouble, or do you find that?
Yes, a little bit of both. So we usually recruit organizations that we worked with in the past. We also have information sessions where an organization can come and learn about what we do. Then they fill out an interest form. We meet with them and we sort of assess the organization and what they might need for an ally to do for them.
What's the biggest problem that nonprofits have?
Well, sometimes it's finding volunteers, sometimes they have a program that's outdated, it doesn't match what the community needs are. It could be all sorts of things, and we work with tons of nonprofits, from the large ones to the small ones.
So United Way would be a large one.
Absolutely, United Way.
So they've got a problem. They can't get enough volunteers, they can't get enough funding. Where do you come in?
So the Public Allies actually matched with them through a matching process. They go through an interview with them, they get to pick their favorite organizations. The organization picks the allies that they think would best serve them, and we do a matching. Ideal, it's a one-to-one match, and they go in, they have a set of service objectives that they have to accomplish in the 10 months, and all of these objectives are measurable.
So you're not just in there to help them, they also have to perform to a certain level to keep getting your help.
Correct. So they have to accomplish these objectives for the nonprofit. And so the volunteer example, they might have to recruit 15 volunteers in 10 months. And so that's measurable. They measure it online on a monthly service reflections. And so at the end of their 10 months, that organization has 15 new volunteers, and so that program might be sustainable, or hopefully is sustainable.
Is this an ongoing process, or do they get to a point where they're like, okay, we don't need you anymore, you're fine, or who makes that determination?
Well, it depends on what that capacity need has been filled or not. So if there's another need for another year, absolutely we'll bring an ally to either work on that or something similar to that. But the idea is that it will be done at one point, and that person may be hired by that organization or have the skills to be hired at another organization that may need similar help. So
there's a severe problem in Delaware with underprivileged youth and being incarcerated. It's important that there's organizations other than government to help with those problems. Do you have a focus? I mean, when you see a problem in a community, do you start to focus to those nonprofits that will help with that problem, or is it always still a blanket thing?
Well, the allies are super allies because not only are they working with nonprofits Monday through Thursday and doing training with us on Fridays on their off time, on their evenings and weekends, they do something called a team service project. They're divided into about 4 teams. It's a 30 cohort here in Delaware, and they are all focusing on a different community in Wilmington. Recently, we've been working with early childhood education because there's been studies that show if you get them young enough, in education, then you can kind of sway them into a better life. So you do focus
resources
Absolutely.
To a particular point of need.
Absolutely.
But the fulfillment, especially for those allies, I mean, I'm sure they're not doing it for the money.
Right. No, of course not.
They're doing it for the love of helping the community and helping youth. There's something in them, something in their genes that makes them want to help.
Right. They have to serve 1,700 hours in 10 months, which if you break it down, not including vacation days or anything, it's about 44 hours a week. So it's a lot. Some of them are also taking classes at the same time or working second jobs to really make ends meet. They only receive a living stipend, but yes, they are doing it for the love of serving their community, and that's what's really beautiful about it.
But how does someone become an ally?
So basically you can apply on apply.publicallies.org, create a username, select our site, Delaware, because there's 28 sites throughout the country. If you want to come here, I think it's great, and it's easy as that.
Okay, and I'm sure you could just Google it too, Public Allies,
Yes.
and you'll get it. All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate you both coming in. Candance Jusino and Rachael Romond, program managers of Public Allies. And as Candance said a moment ago, we have an organization coming up when the Delaware Way continues.